the whole essence and everything that we're working on is taking yoga beyond this idea of it just being about stretching, but turning it into a life path, a path that can help us awaken the intelligence that's inside the body and the dormant abilities that live inside of our mind and our subtle body. Which, right, it's a kind of a lofty goal, and one that I believe is important for some of us. People who are inspired to live a life of alignment from between inner and outer, right? Alignment on all levels. I'm going to begin with a few opening invocations. You're welcome to listen and sit quietly in your meditation to receive these mantras. Krutunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Guru Medeva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvara Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Bhūr Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrichorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Urva Rukamiva Bandhanan Mrichor Mukshya Mamrita. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Good morning, Yogi. Welcome back. I'm here in the temple, which is becoming more and more alive and a place for our yoga practice. So I hope you enjoy. Today I want to share a brief technique that we use with Bhuta Yoga. And this comes from my teacher, Steve, Hatha Yoga teacher, who has guided me for the past 10 years, and recently he has retired from teaching. So it feels important to share what I learned from Steve, to pass on the knowledge that he passed to me, and to also offer a little update about what's next and what's coming here with the Bhuta Yoga Academy and what we're doing online. Of course, this place where I'm sitting, where we'll be practicing, is a temple for yoga practice, and it's a really great vibe here, and with the earth and with the stone and sometimes with the fire, and so I wanted to use the opportunity that I have here in the space to allow the practices to come alive and allow them to speak through me, because I think that these tools, these very ancient techniques, they are something also that I believe live inside of us. They're really natural ways to connect to ourself, to connect to our inner energy, our inner being. And of course there's frameworks that we can use to understand this. With Bhuta Yoga we use the framework of the chakras and the understanding of the elements. And there's a lot that can be said about that. But I think that to begin, it's sufficient to know the centers in the body, the root and the earth element that lives in Muladhara chakra, the base of the spine, the sacral chakra, Svadhisthana, the second chakra, the home of the element of water, Manipura, the solar plexus, the home of the element of fire, Anahata, the heart, home of the wind, Vishuddha chakra at the throat, home of the element of space, and then the third eye, Agya chakra, the home of, I like to call it light, or the place of pure mind. And this map is the map from yoga and tantra that helps us understand how light descends into form, into manifestation. And I believe that looking at this map and understanding this map beyond a conceptual level, like taking it from concept into an embodiment and into an experience, into a sensation, into a feeling, will and can help us to, of course, connect to ourself, connect to the energy that flows through us, and from the realm beyond the material, right, from the light, how that energy comes through us and comes into the form of our life. And really the whole path of yoga, at least in the interpretation and the stance that we take with Bhuta Yoga, is the way to integrate and interpret ancient teachings, but bring them into modern living, like into everyday life. You know what I mean? So if you're here and you're on this channel, or you've come across these practices before, or maybe you know me, the whole essence and everything that we're working on is taking yoga beyond this idea of it just being about stretching, but turning it into a life path, a path that can help us awaken the intelligence that's inside the body and the dormant abilities that live inside of our mind and our subtle body. Which, right, it's a kind of a lofty goal, and one that I believe is important for some of us, people who are inspired to live a life of alignment from between inner and outer, right? Alignment on all levels. So that's really what this space here is designed for, is to help us with those practices. And so yeah, I feel inspired to do my own practice, but also to share what is revealed in that and how that comes through. And today the technique that we're working with is a combination of techniques. So we use double breathing kriya, right? 2 inhales through the nose, 2 exhales through the mouth. We do that 5 times. Sometimes I do it 6 times. In the past, we've done it 30 double breaths. So we do 30 times. And today we're only going to do it 5 times, but the length of that dynamic activity is really designed to energize the system, to bring a lot of fresh oxygen and a flow of energy into the system, so that when we finish the dynamic activity, and I take my last breath, say it's my 5th double breath, so I go, this is number 5, I exhale, and I follow the exhale down and out, but I follow it into the body. And then I notice where the breath finishes. This is an internal sensation. And I try to allow the inhale to arise from that point in the body. and I let the inhale happen, and I take the breath in through the nose, inhaling, at which point I'm going to get to a place of fullness. I can no longer inhale. And what I'm trying to do is I'm sending the breath in to a certain point in the body. And in this practice, and the way we're doing it today, and the way I want to share it, is we're going to send the breath to one of the chakras. So we'll do the whole activity 6 times so that we can send the breath to each of the chakras, because there's a consolidation that happens. So I inhale after that dynamic activity, and I bring the breath, for example, to the root, Muladhara chakra. We'll start at the base. So I inhale and I hold it there and I seal it there for a moment, feel the root, at which point, without releasing my connection to the root, I release my chin and I exhale slowly. I like to exhale through an open mouth and just slowly let the air out, but don't let any of the energy escape. And this process that we're going through will allow us to arrive into a state of kumbhaka. The yogis consider the kumbhaka, the breath retention, as one of the most important states of pranayama practice. When we're no longer breathing, the mind starts to settle down. Sorry about this bird. All sorts of fun animals in the morning. And so in the kumbhaka, the mind settles down, and I can use that opportunity where there's spaciousness, where there's not an urge to breathe, to really triangulate my awareness in certain points in the body. And so in this example, we're focusing on Muladhara. So I exhale and I stay at the root, at which point the urge to inhale will come. There will be a natural arising of the breath. Try not to rush that process. But then when it happens, I just allow the inhale to arrive. Again, bringing it into the root, filling at the root, all of the energy consolidating there. And then release. So that's the whole technique. And in this video, I'm just introducing the technique and the concept. We're going to do it one time together, just so you can feel it, and then I'll share a few more things at the end. So you want to try this with me? So double breathing kriya with the chakra consolidation, focusing our energy at Muladhara chakra, the root. Okay? Ready? All right, here we go. 5 double breaths. Ready? Begin. 2 more, nice and full. Last one. All the way in. Exhale, release. Follow it out, follow it in. Notice where it stops in the body. Let the inhale arrive at that point. Slowly draw the breath in. Through the nose, you're breathing in the energy and you're consolidating it at the base of the spine. You're inhaling until you can no longer inhale. The top of the inhale, hold and imagine you're sealing all of the energy at Muladhara chakra. Seal, and if your chin is tucked in Jalandhara Bandha, you can release the chin, exhale slowly. But don't let the energy escape. So you exhale, but you continue to consolidate at the root. Hold the breath out for a moment. Feel everything settling at the base of the spine, connecting to the element of the earth. When the inhale arrives, allow it to arrive, fill up and take it to the base. And release. So that is the technique and the concept we work with. in the lessons that will be coming out shortly. I'll be recording some new material and some new practices. And just knowing the chakras and their placement and having practices and techniques that allow us to connect to those things consciously helps us build this relationship to the subtle energy that flows through the body, the intelligence that flows through the body. So that's what we're doing, and that's a big part of the Bhuta Yoga practice, is this connection to the bhutas, the elements. I'm just going to leave it there. There's more information on the website, the Bhuta Yoga website. If you want to get involved, we have a membership. I think it's only like $9 a month. That gives you access to a bunch of material that's been organized and is updated periodically. There's also a mentorship that I'm launching in September. So these are just opportunities to deepen into practice with me. If the practices that you're being introduced to through this channel, through these videos, and through what I'm sharing are resonating and you're connecting to them, and you want to take it a step deeper, then check those things out. Otherwise, thanks for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon. The sun is out.